All right, welcome to the doghouse. Today, Midwest favorite, we're gonna do some nice fresh bratwurst. We're gonna show you how to create a beer brat brine or beer bratwurst brine. Fresh brats are a must to have. We're gonna get those started before we get the brine on. How's that? We gotta get these scored a little bit and just seared to get the flavor of the grill. We don't wanna cook them all the way through. Nice fresh raw bratwurst. Take them over to a nice hot grill and we'll start browning them babies up. I'm gonna come towards you. And we'll get all those bratwurst on there. There we go. All right, fresh bratwurst. I'll tell you what, when we started 45 years ago, we only had fresh brats. You folks nowadays, you can go to the butcher shop and you get about 37 different flavors of bratwurst and all the smoked and par cooked brats in the world. Let's take advantage of the fresh flavor. We don't want to scorch them down to a little black, little round circular thing that just crunches up, and you can't taste that beautiful herbs and spices on the inside. So all we're simply going to do is brown them up. In fact, I think they're ready to be turned right now to get started here. All right, these babies are a nice hot grill. We are going to flip them. We don't want to cook them necessarily all the way through. Just that flavor of that grill. In fact, I'm going to turn these down a notch or two just to get them browned up is all we're trying to do as we make the beer brat brine. All right, here's the best thing about this recipe here. I'm going to use an 8.5 by 11 inch aluminum drip pan. You can use a cast iron covered skillet if you want to. You can use a small oval slow cooker if you got a guest of about 15, 20 people. If you're doing a big guest like a wedding, you can do a nice big large Nesco, brown up 100 brats, throw them in there, let them cook. You get the idea. All right, sauerkraut, pound and a half of sauerkraut or so, somewhere in that neighborhood. You got to have the kraut in there. Got sauerkraut in there. We're going to throw some nice fresh onions. I like to keep them nice and big because they're going to simmer down. They're going to cook down a little bit. And you don't want them just to go away on you. So we got nice sections of onions in there. Throw some nice colorful peppers, green peppers, red peppers, whatever you want to use. I like using a little bit of color here when we're on the air here. And we're going to put some brown sugar, about a cup of brown sugar. That's just to sweeten that sauerkraut up a little bit. A stick of butter goes right down in there. And here's the trick. If you want to use them, you don't have to. We're going to use some jalapeños today. I'm going to grab a knife. All right, and I love jalapenos, so what we're going to do is if we let them whole, you wouldn't get that heat a little bit. So all we're going to do is split them because we don't want to let the seeds go loose on your neighbors here because those seeds are what's going to get you. So we just split the jalapenos a little bit just to get that aroma coming out of them. So we're just going to put those down in there, nestle those down. Now, if you want to, we're going to use a little bit of beer today. I love using soda. If your family doesn't have beer, folks out there, use a little bit of lemon lime type soda. That works well. I'm going to grab my shirt. There we go. All right, little beer over the top of that. That's a nice little Scottish ale. You can use whatever brand you got handy, I'll tell you that. All right, we got to get those bratwurst off there. They're great and browned up. Got the flavor of the grill. Oh, look at them babies right there. They're toasty good. Grab a couple of bratwurst, and we're just going to sit and nestle those in there. Get those down in there a little bit. Work them into the brine. Got the wind blowing here a little bit today. That's okay. That's just the aroma spreading around the neighborhood. Those brats are going to be good. All right. Now we need to cover them up one way or the other. You got to cover them up no matter what you're using. So we're going to take a little sheet of aluminum foil. Cover them up. Those are going to go onto the grill, and we're going to slow cook those on a low heat just for about 35 minutes. That sauerkraut's going to bubble, the brown sugar is going to sweeten it up, and the bratwurst are going to cook all the way through. They're going to be absolutely delicious. We'll be ready to bun them up before you know it. All right, I don't know about you folks, but I can smell sauerkraut. I can smell the brats and the onions. We put together the brine. We put the browned up bratwurst in the brine, sealed it up. We put them back on the grill for about 35 minutes, 30 minutes or so. That's at a nice low direct method of cooking. Indirect for about an hour if you want to offset the pan and slow cook them. That's up to you how long you want to do them. Or that Nesco or slow cookers. Just get the sauerkraut nice and tender and looking good. You know what I'm saying? All right, time to bun them up. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Can you smell that, folks? I can't wait. Let me get that hood down. All right, you ready? Yeah, dang, 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 I love bratwurst. You know, at the doghouse here, we don't eat that many brats. At the doghouse, we seriously don't eat that many brats. Take a little look at those peppers, those onions, the sauerkraut. That's why you want the peppers nice and big and the onions nice and big, because those are going to be loaded up on the bun. The little hot pepper, that baby split, I guarantee we got some heat in there someplace or another. I see the seeds floating around a little bit, so be careful of those. All right, let's get her bunned up, shall we? All right, I'll tell you what, that looks delish. I don't know about you good folks, but at the doghouse, I'm a two brat man. So we got some nice French bread here, nice little bread. We'll slice that open. I don't want to go all the way through. You want to have a little handle on there. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. There it is. All right, here we go. Here's how you do it at the doghouse. Those brats are looking pretty gosh darn good. All right, get down there, load her up with some sauerkraut first. Top it with the peppers. Ah, dang it all. That's going to be good. Look at that. Look at that. All right. The proof's in the pudding. I'll tell you what. All right. I don't know about you folks, but I'm ready. I'll tell you what. Mmm. Mm. Absolutely delish. Honest to goodness. All right. Nice fresh bratwurst. Get them browned up just to get the flavor of the grill. We had sauerkraut, we had beer, we had peppers, onions, butters in there, brown sugars in there. We threw a couple jalapeños in there. I can taste a little bit of heat. I'd go for the jalapeños if I were you. Enough said, pan it up, 35 minutes or so on the grill, just until it's bubbling and steaming like that. Absolutely delicious. The ingredients are down below. Like and subscribe if you would please. We want to see our channel grow. We do appreciate that. Share if you'd like to. Until we meet again, peace, love, and happy grilling, folks.